everybody. This is Marissa with Marissa Moments, and you know what day it is. It is Oracle Tuesday. So I'm coming to you with my personally made Marissa Moments Oracle deck. And this reading, yes, it is for you, for the collective, for all. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And now I'm going to go on ahead and shuffle, but I'm going to speed it up ×4 because I know you don't have time for that. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Okay, so per usual, we're going to list these out first and then we'll get into it. So, loneliness is temporary. Fill your own cup. Okay, I'm seeing a trend already. Write down your ideas, then get to work. Do something that will make your heart smile. And how can you pivot and change the outcome? That's a new one. And let's check. I feel like the urge to split. Every challenge that you've faced has been overcome and triumphed, and I'm being called to pull one more. Hold on. Okay, 2 just fell out, so we're gonna go with that. You are not your parents, and then this one actually came out backwards, and it's celebrate yourself. So let's get into it. I'm gonna put a picture up, but let's get into it. Oh, bottom of the deck card, trust your intuition. Okay, so loneliness is temporary. What I feel is like this is coming together with these two, right? Like what Spirit is saying is that you might have the habit of like chasing after folks, right? Like, come on guys, let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's go there. Or let's do all these things, right? And what I'm getting like is very playful energy. Like, come on guys, come on guys. But what Spirit is saying is like, first and foremost, you're come on guysing to the wrong people, right? If you got to beg someone to hang out with you, then they don't appreciate and understand how awesome you are. Now, yes, what I receive is that people are busy, but they are not too busy all the time for you. So what you're doing is, what I hear is expending your energy in the wrong places, right? You have to fill your own cup. What I'm receiving is that you are not giving yourself enough credit from jump, right? It's like you're looking to these other people for validation, for confirmation of your own personal awesomeness, because like, you know, you're cool, but then you're waiting for somebody else to be like, man, they cool, and I want to hang out with them. And you're thinking like, if people don't want to hang out with you, if they don't want to associate with you, then that negates your coolness, right? That brings down your cool temperature gauge from here to there, right? But no, you're cool. You're just hanging around with the wrong people. And that's why Spirit is saying that loneliness that you're experiencing and feeling is just temporary, because you've been surrounding yourself by the air quotes wrong people. Not that they're wrong, but they're wrong for you. So once you start to release your stronghold on them and wanting their attention and confirmation and validation, then that's where you make space for your actual tribe to come in, for lack of better phrasing, right? And then what I'm also receiving behind this is the reason why it's often difficult to go out and hang out, kick it, all those types of things, is because it is distracting you from your true purpose, right? Every time you go out, it's almost like you lose yourself in the moment. And I hear Eminem, so maybe that rings true to you as well. Maybe that resonates. But what I hear is that you have to get focused. And you have to focus in on those ideas that you have, and instead of spreading them out to everyone else, right? Because you have that habit of every time you get a good idea, you're like, oh, I can't wait to tell everybody. I get it. I am you. We do the same thing. But what I'm receiving behind this is that you got to kind of pump the brakes on that. Stop sharing out your ideas with people who basically invalidate everything that you say, make you feel like you're less than. They're basically, what I see is someone getting pet on the head, like they're placating you, like, oh, that's cute, that's sweet. Anyway, what do you want for dinner? You know, one of those type of situations. But what I'm receiving is that the reason why you're receiving those type of responses is because, one, let's recap, you're hanging around the wrong folks. But two, it's because you're not supposed to share those ideas. Great ideas cannot be appreciated and accepted by small minds. You're picking up what I'm putting down. And then what I'm receiving is that You come through a lot of challenges, right? I mean, we all do to a certain respect, but instead of focusing in on those challenges, man, why do I always got to struggle? Why am I always the last one? Why is everyone always telling me no? You need to switch your perspective and focus in on those wins and all of those triumphs, because everything that you've struggled with, you've also overcome. And in that same type of like stream is what I'm saying. What you need to do is start doing more things that allow your mind to focus on the triumphs as opposed to the struggles. And the way to do that is by starting small. Do something that will make your heart smile. Again, it doesn't matter what that looks like. Maybe you chew a piece of bubble gum, right? And you're like, I remember chewing this bubble gum when I was a little kid and it used to make me happy. I used to pop these big bubbles, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you just start crunching on some ice. It doesn't matter if you go ice skating. It doesn't matter if you want to go sledding, if you want to run, if you want to scream. Whatever it is for you is what it is for you. But it has to be something that makes your heart smile, something that brings up joy within you. It doesn't have to be what everyone else is doing. If everyone else is over here dancing, maybe you're over here sitting crisscross applesauce while meditating, and that's what brings you joy. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because you don't have to be over here to have joy. You don't have to be over here to be accepted. What you need to do is find your own place and space, and that's when your tribe is going to come around, right? Let's see. And then it says, how can you pivot and change the outcome? Now, that's basically what I was just talking about, right? You don't need to go along to get along. You don't need to continue to, hey guys, see me, look at me, acknowledge me. Aren't I funny? Aren't I amazing? Aren't I cool? Sounds like I'm talking about myself. Maybe I am, but I'm also talking about you. So take it as it resonates. But all you have to do is make subtle adjustments. What I receive oftentimes is that the reason why many of us quit on this journey, regardless of what that actual journey is, whether it be dietary, education, physical fitness, mental health, emotional health, healing, whatever that journey is for you. The reason why oftentimes we kind of gracefully bow out is because we put too much pressure on ourselves and we have that expectation of these grand changes in a small amount of time. And what Spirit is saying, just make a little pivot. All you got to do is pivot. Did you know? If I turn like this, not only do I look like a robot, but I will change the direction of where I end up if I'm walking in a straight line. So it doesn't have to be a major turn. All it has to be is something subtle, and it's going to change your outcome. Small pivot, big changes. And then what Spirit is saying is, listen, you are not your parents. You are not your parents, because oftentimes, again, we get caught up and stuck in the notion of those generational curses, those generational patterns. And what I hear even more so is those toxic patterns, right? But the difference is, because you recognize it, not only do you recognize it, you've decided to put in effort to change it. And again, we're back to, don't worry about making those grand leaps. It's all about those subtle pivots and subtle changes that have a great outcome for not only you, but for generations to come. So stop focusing in so much on the things that you don't want to happen, the person that you don't want to become, and start focusing on the good that you are doing, that you're trying to implement right now. And if need be, what I receive is seek help. Talk to someone, get a therapist, get a counselor. Whatever you have to do is what you have to do. There's no blame, there's no shame. And at the end of the day, there's two things that you need to remember. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself, right? Every single accomplishment. I don't care if you consider it to be big or small, you need to celebrate it. And I'm not saying you have to have a ticker tape parade or you have to throw a great party unless you want to. It's your world, live in it, but acknowledge it. That's the key component. Acknowledge every time that you do something that makes you feel good. Every time you do something that you know is getting you away from the person that you no longer want to be. Every time you do something that is leading you further down that healing path for yourself and for generations to come, acknowledge it, celebrate it, and more so over anything else. And also collectively with everything else, trust your intuition. Regards to this specific reading right here, or any reading that you come across, any sign, symbol, whatever it is, trust yourself, trust your intuition. It is guiding you. It is your internal guidance system that is saying, no, don't go down that road. Or yes, do talk to that person. Do try something new. Whatever it is telling you, but make sure that you're not allowing your wounds or your toxicity from the past to guide you and make you think that it's the right way to go. There are levels to this, but you've got this. At the end of the day, trust yourself, fill your own cup, stop feeling like you have to be adored by everyone around you, and accept yourself. You've got this. Keep going. Apples and tomatoes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.